Hello Mark, I'm Brian. I'm going to read the article. CNN Editor's Note: This story is part of a series highlighting superlatives of countries around the world. Click here for pieces on Italy, the United States, Canada and South Korea, and watch for upcoming installments featuring other countries. With 23 million people crammed onto an island that covers just more than 36,000 square kilometers, Taiwan ranks among the 20 most densely populated places in the world. Although the industrious island has built a global reputation for cheap electronics, this is one Asian tiger that offers far more than stickers on the backs of calculators. Economically, there's little it has left to prove, but Taiwanese people remain a proud and determined bunch. Here are 10 things they do better than anyone else. First, night markets. For an island smaller in area than Switzerland, Taiwan sure has a lot of night markets, an estimated 300 island-wide. These open-air bazaars are particularly loved for street food, referred to locally as 小吃, literally small eats. Perennial perennial favorites are oyster omelets, stinky tofu, and an assortment of snacks on a stick straight off the grill. Specialty drinks range from bubble tea to shots of snake blood. According to the Taiwan Tourism Bureau, some 70% of tourists to Taiwan will visit a night market. Top 3 Facebook check-ins for 2013 in Taiwan were all night markets. Tainan Flower Night Market, 12 globally, nabbed the top spots, followed by Luodong and Fengjia night markets in Yilan and Taichung, respectively. Second, themed restaurants. If literal toilet humor, eating out of miniature urinals and toilet bowls, is your idea of an amuse-bouche, Taiwan provides a belly full of laughs. Modern toilet restaurants address taboos pertaining to dining etiquette, posing witty rhetoric on websites such as "to eat or to pee." Now that is the question. At the other extreme, you can get a cutesy overdose at a Hello Kitty namesake cafe, where everything from burger buns to soup balls is shaped like the mouthless cartoon cat. For more on the kitty obsession, read point 9 below. What's that? Can't get enough pink and glitter? That's okay, because Taiwan is home to the world's first Barbie-themed restaurant, with Matthew-approved smotherings of pink plastic and frilly tutus. Previous themed restaurants in Taiwan have included a cafe based on an Airbus A380, complete with trolley dollies serving food and drinks from a cart, as well as restaurants with jail, hospital, and school-inspired themes. And third, free Wi-Fi. Since 2011, Taiwanese citizens have been able to log onto iTaiwan, the island's free Wi-Fi network. Taiwan is one of the first places in the world to offer free Wi-Fi on a mass scale. In June 2013, the service was rolled out to tourists in 4 of the 5 largest cities. using more than 4,400 hotspots. Visitors can sign up for an iTaiwan account with their passport at Taiwan tourism bureau centers and offices in transportation stations, then receive complimentary Wi-Fi in Taipei, New Taipei, Taichung, and Tainan. Fourth, Chinese artifacts. You might think it would be in Beijing or Shanghai, but the National Palace Museum in Taipei houses the largest collection of Chinese artifacts and artwork in the world. The impressive permanent collection comprises more than 650,000 items. Chinese history is told through bronze statues, jade carvings, calligraphy, lacquerwork, and other histor- historical pieces, many of which belong to Chinese imperial families, including an intriguingly lifelike, meat-shaped stone and a jaded cabbage. Despite several rounds of building expansion, only a fraction of the collection is on display. No more than 10,000 items at any one time, making the museum worth returning to several times a year. Fifth, animated news. With an army of about 400 animators, Next Media Animation (NMA), a Taiwan-based animation studio, can turn any news stories into a cartoon in as fast as 90 minutes. Making of video here. More impressively, the videos are usually satirical, outrageous, and hilarious. The studio, created by a Hong Kong media tycoon, takes infotainment to another level. Founded in 2007 to create CGI animated videos for news without real footage for Apple Daily News in Hong Kong and Taiwan, the talents of Taiwan's animators were exposed to the world with the 2009 release of their hilarious video of what might have happened during Tiger Woods' infamous car crash. In the video, new ex-wife Eileen Nordegren chases Tiger Woods' car with a golf club after finding out about Woods' affair. After the video went viral, the company decided to service international audiences in Japanese and English. Some of the team's most popular recent works include a video about the execution of Kim Jong-un's uncle and a review of 5 stories that must die in 2014. Sixth, mock meat, one of the world's most vegetarian-friendly destinations. Taiwan offers 6,000 or so restaurants serving an impressive variety of delicious vegetarian fare to feed the 10% of the country that shuns meat. But while it can beat India in terms of the abundance and variety of vegetarian dishes on offer, Taiwan is the best place to eat when you're craving meat but don't actually want to eat any. That's right. We're talking about mock meat. Given how important flesh is to the traditional Chinese diet, it's no surprise Taiwan's fake meat, usually made of soy protein or wheat gluten, can fool even hardcore carnivores. Yes, there have been scandals that revealed actual meat inside supposed mock meat dishes, but it is a thriving industry here and is considered a staple across Taiwan. Mock meat stir-fries in particular taste surprisingly like the real thing. 7. Little League Baseball. Baseball may be Taiwan's most popular sport. Diamonds are almost as common as dumplings around the island. Taiwan holds the record for the most Little League World Series championship titles, 17, nearly double that of its closest runner-up, Japan. Adding to a cabinet of trophies, a team from Taiwan won the 2013 Junior League Baseball Junior World Series. 8. National health coverage. In a year when the Obamacare debacle played out in global headlines, it's worth to noting that Taiwan has what many call the best universal healthcare system in the world. Legal residents can visit any specialist in the country. Docs anywhere will pull up their entire medical record via smart card, consult and prescribe Chinese medicine and/or prescription drugs. Fees are billed directly to and reimbursed by the National Health Insurance Administration, whose 2% administrative costs are the lowest in the world. 9. Hello Kitty obsession. Taiwan's obsession with the Japanese-born Sanrio character doesn't stop at villain-themed restaurants. Taiwan holds the distinction of being the first in the world to be honored with Hello Kitty branded beer. Brewed by Taiwan's Xin Beer, the drink poured its way onto the shelves earlier this year. The light brew features fruity flavors, from lime to a distinctly avant-garde banana infusion. Eva Airways Airways in 2013 made headlines with the resurrection of its theme planes, which featured the ubiquitous cat on everything from exterior liveries to headdress covers to fruit, which is cut in the shape of you know what. Eva Airways' dedicated Hello Kitty Jet site offers horizon-expanding trivia, including Hello Kitty's height, 5 apples tall, and weight, 3 apples. The Grand Hilai Hotel in Kaohsiung offers Hello Kitty-themed rooms. The cat's iconic ribbon and/or cyhod stamps on everything within eyesore's reach. Pink kitty curtains, kitty bath amenities, kitty tea sets, and a radio that plays Hello Kitty music are all involved. Not reaching for the insulin shot yet? Then you can book a breakfast date with a talking and moving live Hello Kitty. 10. Little dumplings. Yes, we recognize xiaolongbao as a delicacy homegrown in Shanghai, but Taiwan is slowly taking over the dumpling world, one broth-filled bite at a time. Starting from a single shop in Taipei, Din Tai Fung now serves its famed xiaolongbao in destinations as far-flung as Australia, Thailand, and the United States. 2 of its Hong Kong branches have earned a coveted Michelin star, with the mothership Xini store in Taipei sneaking into the Mili Guide. Not bad for a chain restaurant, and not a fancy one at that. When Tom Cruise visited Taiwan in 2013, he joined in on the 18 please per dumpling action with a cooking class at the shop's Taipei 101 branch. Even better, CNN put Din Tai Fung at number 2 on its list of best franchises for travelers. Okay, I finished the first article, and I spent about 15 minutes, and I'm going to read another one. 10 things Italy does better than anywhere else. CNN, pizza, pasta, Verdi, the Colosseum, runway models. We know Italy does some things incomparably well, but travelers to the elegant booths don't just want to eat spaghetti, deal with opera, and gawk at old ruins. Beyond the cliches, you'll find 10 other surprising ways in which Italy shines. First, flattery. Depending on whether or not you think the occasional catcall or butt crab is flattering, you'll find Italians are aggressively complimentary of friends and beautiful strangers alike. A, hist- a, historic, a historical tool for both disarming and diffusing. Flattery is the fulcrum on which Italian society teeters, as Luigi Barzini writes in "The Italians". The people have always employed such arts offensively, to gain advantages, destroy rivals and conquer power and wealth, and defensively as the squid uses ink, to blind and confound powerful men, dic- dictators and tyrants, but you likely only notice the butt grabs. Second, hot bath. If flattery doesn't get you out of your clothes, the the peninsula's 380 spa sites offering healing mud and bubbles will, boiling as much beneath the surface as its people. Italy pioneered the world's first large-scale spas, exporting them as they colonized Europe. Watery therapies include island baths, such as those on volcanic Ischia, Tuscan hot springs, mountain baths in the town of Bormio, and the thermal park of Lake Garda. Just drinking the mineral-rich water in some places is reputed to be healthy. So convinced is the Italian government of the healing power of hot springs and geothermal mud packs that it covers the cost of some therapies for its citizens. Third, cursing. Be it in Italian or any other language, the accent of native Italy turns any expletive into a blunt force instrument. Rhythmic, staccato, with an almost operatic legato that fuses syllables together like a hammer on guitar notes. Swearing here is a performance art, inspired mostly by pigs, anatomical exit points and promiscuous women. Italian profanities, which vary by region, sound equal parts dramatic, angry, and comical, powered by the passion characteristics of the Italian people. The results stun, intimidate, and even charm their recipients, sometimes all at once. Fourth, beach bombing, with 7,400 kilometers equals 4,600 miles of coastline. Italy boasts the most beaches in Europe, as well as 27 marine parks. Summer temperatures peak in many places at just below 30 degrees, compared with the middle 20s in France and Portugal. It's like swimming in the tropical waters, minus the sharks and trinket hawkers. When it comes to beaches, it's a tough choice between blinding white dunes, pebble and even turf shores, but 248 Italian beaches have been awarded blue flag status for clear waters and unspoiled sands. Fifth, pop-up government. Italians tear through regimes like their sport cars do dinosaur juice. Since the end of World War II, Italy has established 62 governments under 38 prime ministers, 40 if you count Silvio Berlusconi's 3 total terms, and only one has lasted a full 5 years. Fearing the rise of another Mussolini, Italy's constitutional system years ago provided for a weak executive branch that requires majorities in both legislative houses just to get anything done. That, combined with an already fractured political landscape of small, warring parties, puts Italy's average MPG (months per government) barely over 12. Sixth, volcanoes. 10 active volcanoes allow Italy's geology to advance the way voting gives release to its citizens. The country's and Europe's largest volcano is Mountain Etna in Sicily, the world's second most active volcano after Hawaii's Mauna Loa. Etna's spectacular eruptions, soot-blackened scenery, lava flows and extensive caves draw more than a million tourists a year. It leads TripAdvisor's top 10 must-see volcanoes list, along with 4 other Italian spouters, including Mountain Vesuvius. In June, Etna became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, joining 3 other Italian volcanoes, including the Aeolian Islands of Volcano. No translation prizes there. Lipari and Stromboli, known as the Mediterranean's lighthouse for its breathtaking eruptions. 7. Desert. Apple pie is good and all, and it's never a bad time for a sticky slice of baklava, but for sheer volume and variety of treats, nothing beats Italian sweets. Much is made of the peninsula's food, the usual suspects being pizza, pasta, and antipasti. But the real stars of Italian cuisine are gelato, tiramisu, cannoli, Neapolitan, biscotti, spumoni, tartufo, zippo, hell. Italy has nearly as many signature des- desserts as its head government. Italian confectioners work in all media too, combining cakes, cookies, and creams both ice and otherwise to create the world's vastest, tastiest arsenal of desserts. Ironically, Italians don't even really eat the stuff, most often preferring a piece of fruit or chocolate after a meal instead. 8. Caving, rich and crumbly, sieve-like karstic landscapes. Italy is one of the most cave-plagued countries on the planet. with more than 35,000 cavities above ground and thousands more underwater. Grota Grota Gigant holds the Guinness World Record for largest accessible cave on Earth at a yawning 850 meters (equals 2,788 feet) wide, with 500 steps that descend 100 meters (equals 328 feet) into the earth. Other notable caves include the Blue Grotto on Capri, where Emperor Tiberius loved to swim. Inside the Grotto del Vento, winds sweep through its tortuous trails at 40 kilometers an hour. 9. Sport cars. At exciting more turns per head than even its fashion models do. Italy's catalogue of exotic land jets is what Porsche drivers dream about. What began as a race car manufacturer in the 1930s has become the standard bearer for aspirational autos. In 2012, Ferrari sold just 7,000 cars, but booked $3 billion in revenues. Meanwhile, Lamborghini may be owned by German Audi now, but the hips are still all Italiano. Pagani, Alfa Romeo, Maserati. These names are sex on wheels. Italy doesn't even crack the top 20 in global auto production. But for out-of-your-league supercars that cover more adolescent male bedroom walls than Kate Upton, no other country can outrace Italy. 10. River cruises. Unlikely to be among the top 2 or 3 or 100 things that spring to mind when you think of Italy. River cruising on the peninsula is actually a vibrant business, and new roads keep opening up. Italian rivers aren't as long or easily navigated as those in the rest of Europe, but visitors can float from one beautiful UNESCO World Heritage Site to another. Pro river travel. Uniworld and European Waterways offer week-long cruises that take in areas like the Venice Lagoon, Manuta, Padua, the Po Valley and Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet. Mark, I finished the two articles, and I still have 2 minutes, so I'm going back to read the first article again. 10 things Taiwan does better than anywhere else. CNN editor's note: This story is part of a series highlighting superlatives of countries around the world. Click here for pieces on Italy, the United States, Canada, and South Korea, and watch for upcoming installments featuring other countries. With 23 million people crammed onto an island that covers just more than 36,000 square kilometers, Taiwan ranks among the 20 most densely populated places in the world. Although the industrious island has built a global reputation for cheap electronics, this is one Asian tiger that offers far more than stickers on the backs of calculators. Economically, there's little it has left to prove, but Taiwanese people remain a proud and determined bunch. Here are 10 things they do better than anyone else. First, night markets. For an island smaller in area than Switzerland, Taiwan sure has a lot of night markets, an estimated 300 island-wide. These open-air bazaars are particularly loved for street food, referred to locally as 小吃, literally small eats. Perennial favorites are oyster omelets, stinky tofu, and an assortment of snacks on a stick straight off the grill. Specialty drinks range from bubble tea to shots of snake blood. According to the Taiwan Tourism Bureau, some 70% of tourists to Taiwan will visit a night market. The top 3 Facebook check-ins for 2013 in Taiwan were all night markets. Tainan Flower Night Market, 12 globally nabbed the top spot, followed by Luodong and Fengjia night markets in Yilan and Taichung, respectively. Mark, I finished my reading, and thank you. Bye bye.